Hey guys!
Alright, folks, we're here today to check out a band that reached out on Patreon and they splurged some of their hard earned money for us to check out their song, which I appreciate that. Hopefully, we'll appreciate the song so they don't feel like it was money wasted.
Yeah.
And the name of the band is Avangarth. I like that play on words. And the name of the song is Freedom Sons. Now, I don't think this is an avant-garde band by no means. I think this is probably more like power metal or symphonic power metal, something
Not
along those
had good
lines.
history with avant-garde bands.
Yeah, I'm not big on
I don't
avant-garde.
know, I think it's too avant-garde
I think
for
I have to put
us.
my guard up. Everything I see the
Yeah.
avant in the guard. All right. On that note, are you ready to check this band out?
Yeah.
All right. Let's give these guys a spin. I was right.
We feel the bass and sound the freedom bell will rise. And from the chains of crafted gold we'll break the ties. We are born from the ashes. We are forced by the flames. Within the night we are the ashen holy wolves. And through the storm we are the red lightning that glows. We never kneel to the enemy. We break the hold with every riff, with every chord. We believe with freedom falls. In the deep of us, the power of our life remains. We must surrender of our tale and break the chains. We are born from the ashes. We are forced by the flames. Within the night, we are the ashen holy wolves. And through the storm we are the red lightning that glows. We never kneel to the enemy. We break the hold with every riff, with every chord. We believe with freedom falls. With freedom falls. With freedom Within the night we are the ashen holy wolves. And through the storm we are the red lightning that glows. We never kneel to the enemy. We break the hold with every riff, with every chord. We believe. Within the night we are the ashen holy wolves. And through the storm we are the red lightning that glows. We never kneel to the enemy. We break the hold with every riff, with every chord. We believe with freedom falls.
Very interesting, I must say. Not as bad as I thought, but not as good as it could be.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where this song sits. I'll say this, okay? there's definitely a market out there for this kind of stuff, and that became clearly to me when we went to Epic Fest.
Yeah.
There was so many bands at Epic Fest. Well, I shouldn't say so many, but there was a few bands playing at Epic Fest that had massive crowds, that people were so into it that they absolutely love it. And I'm like, what the fuck do these people see in these bands? Because I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing it.
I'm not hearing it, and I'm not seeing it.
I will say though, one thing I'm gonna go into critiquing.
Okay.
One thing that I think would make this band at least more.
Well, this song, we don't know more than the song, so we can't say the band.
Okay, but maybe the band, because I don't know if all their songs are in English. I would say I don't know where are they from? Do you know? Where they're from?
I didn't check.
Wherever you guys are from, I would say just do the songs in your language, man.
What about if they're from like a place where they speak English? Have you thought about that?
Did you listen to the same song that I listened to?
Yeah, but you know.
Who the fuck pronounces growl as growls? I'm not Dave Grohl. Dude, I'm not Dave Grohl. Like, and this is no like making fun of the English.
I'm just googling to find out.
Yeah, this is not making fun of like your English abilities, but when it comes to music and hold on, let me see this. That's them. It's the same.
Yeah, but it doesn't say where they're
Doesn't
from.
see where they're from,
Symphonic power metal band, but it doesn't say where they're from.
guys. Where are you from?
You guys need to update your Facebook contact page stuff because
Yeah,
it's
man.
really lacking
It's very
information.
lacking in what I need to know, like
Yeah.
like where you're from. That's
Yeah, and you guys also need a profile on Metal Encyclopedia. I would get on that pronto.
Yeah, definitely.
Pronto.
All
right.
Yeah, we listened to the same song.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
okay.
no way they're from a country that speaks English
Normally.
normally. Sorry, speaks English as like a main language, because some bands are from other countries but the English they're speaking may have a little bit of an accent, but it's not too bad, or no accent.
But that to
For
me was not an issue.
For me, it was. For me, it
wasn't.
For me, because I feel like it's enough.
It's like when Chick Liddell sings with Sabaton
Don't even
and rolls the R's. What are you going to tell him? To speak
Don't
with a better
even
accent?
compare. He's speaking. He's not like, dude. Don't even fucking compare that. It's
Stop being a
it's-
snob.
Shut up. It's not like there's only a little bit of an accent there. Like when Yachty speaks English in Winter Sun, where there's only a hint of an accent, but he speaks well enough and he knows enough that like it's not hindering him from just if he was speaking Finnish, right? It's enough that it's like, okay, guys, you might as well just do it in your language, because then I feel like I can get more emotion behind it. Because I feel like I'm not feeling as much emotion behind these words, and not only they're not. And I'm not making fun of. I have to say it again. I'm not making fun of the way you're speaking English. I'm just saying that some people can speak another language passionately and put the same effort, the same emotion into the English lyrics of their song than if they did in their native tongue, right? And I feel like this song is not that case. I feel like there's not enough for what you were trying to do. And what you're getting musically, especially from the guitars. I'm getting a lot of nice emotions from the guitars, especially like the guitars in the song are really good.
I agree. That much we agree.
I'm not getting that vocally, and I think it's the language barrier that I'm not getting it. So I just
Maybe that's why I think maybe the issue is the lyrics are really simplistic.
but they're really simplistic. But it's also just the way it's just the pronunciation too.
It throws you off a little bit.
It throws you off.
I mean, you get away with. You mentioned Yachty. You get away better with that when you're singing with harsh vocals.
No,
and stuff.
but Yachty,
you gotta get away with it a lot better.
Yachty does a bunch of songs in.
I know, but what I'm saying is you get away with a lot better when it's with harsh vocals versus clean vocals.
Of course. But I'm saying again, Chuck Liddell, for example, he's not mispronouncing the words. He's just rolling the R's. So it's not like he's mispronouncing the words, right? I haven't heard him mispronounce a word. I've only heard him overly roll the R's.
Okay.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, it's his
right?
thing.
It's just his thing. It's his shtick, right? These guys, it's just the mispronouncing of the words throws you off, and I feel like there's not the amount of emotion that you could get from the English vocals than probably just speaking your own language. And I think I would have probably enjoyed this a lot more if it was within whatever language they speak. I think it would have been more natural to them, so there's no fuck ups. And I feel like you're gonna get a way more emotion when you're speaking the language you were born speaking, right? Your birth tongue. You're gonna
It makes things a lot easier.
Makes things way easier. So yeah, that's for me. That's a critique. That's not like a thing about the song. That's just the whole thing. Like I think this band would definitely.
Could be better.
It could be better. Song wise, could be better. But I think the band itself, if you guys always do your songs in English, I think reconsidering that, and
Or
I
at
would
least checking out the right
or
pronunciation of the words or whatever.
either doing that or trying out a song in your language and seeing how it feels, because I think that also would kind of distance you from others. There's so many bands like this out there that speak
That is
English
true.
and do this.
That
I
is
mean,
true.
I
Like we said, we saw a bunch of Epic Fest.
at Epic Fest, I saw maybe 5 bands like this, right? So you need to distance yourself from the pack. And with such a small thing as changing the language, it does more than you may think. It does way more than you may think.
I don't disagree. That
Uh,
much I don't disagree.
So I think it would help distance you from
Because
the pack.
if you're playing at a festival like that at Epic Fest, it's so easy to get lost in the crowd of bands that all have similarities to them and they all have the same sound. Like I said, I don't want, I'm not throwing this band under the bus by no means, but Fellowship played there, and they have a huge following. I don't get it.
Me neither.
I listened to them and I was like, I don't see what all these LARPing horny nerds see. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see it. Like, I didn't think the vocals were that good, at least not for that style of band. I think he's a great vocalist, but if he's doing Broadway, not necessarily if he's singing in a metal band, um like it just felt like, I don't know. I'm not I'm not a fan.
Yeah, if I'm at a festival and I'm like listening to bands, if someone's like, "Hey," I'm like, "What band's next?" Oh, it's a power metal band, but they sing in Latvian. Fuck. You know what?
I'm gonna go
I
check
kind of
out.
want to go check that shit out. When the fuck am I ever gonna see a Latvian power metal band live? Let me go check that.
Singing in Latvian.
Singing in Latvian. Let me go. I'm not saying, but I'm saying like
I know what you were saying.
It's definitely a draw to not only to you live, but also just as a band. And I'm not just saying that just for as a draw. I'm saying that because after listening to this song, if you continue in English, if you're not pronouncing the words right, and if you can't convey emotion that the music's conveying, because I feel like it was a one-sided relationship within this song, if you can't do those two things, then you might as well not continue in English. It doesn't.
And let me add something to your point, which is there was a point in time where bands, I know this because growing up in Portugal, almost felt forced to sing in English, because almost if you didn't sing in English, nobody would listen to you, because nobody would want to listen to a band singing in their own language.
Nowadays,
Those
no one
times
cares.
have changed.
Nowadays, no one
Nobody
cares,
gives a
man.
shit.
No one cares.
Nobody cares. It's more about the quality of the music than the language that you're speaking. Nobody cares if you don't understand the words. Look at how popular some bands who sing in their own language are.
I'm gonna use a Eurovision example here. For this year's Eurovision, Lithuania, they have Catharsis, right? I've shown you the song. That song is good as fuck, right? That song is good as fuck. I don't speak a lick of Lithuanian, but what I will say is I would have never wanted them to do that shit in English. It sounds really good in Lithuanian, and all their music, I've been listening to more of their music. All their music is really good. Why? Because I feel like I'm getting so much emotion from their singer, and I think if he was to try forcing it in English, it wouldn't be the same
I agree.
at all.
I agree.
At all.
If you look at a band like Corpiclani, for example, their songs in English tend to be really simple,
Yes.
about vodka, drinking,
Yes.
this and that. If you look back at their last 3 records that are a little bit, I'm not going to go and say that they were a little bit more, the last record is really upbeating, but the 2 previous ones were a little bit darker, a little bit more doomier, more emotional.
Yeah.
Guess what? Singing in Finnish really works well for those songs. There's no way those songs would ever sound as good as they do if they were in English.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Turmion Katilot, another perfect example of that. They have some songs in English. Those songs are really straightforward, really bouncy, really easy to get. But the majority of them are in Finnish because it's their comfort zone, and it's where they can work better. So I do agree with you on that. I think the days of when a band had to sing in English are long gone, and I don't think the language in which you speak defines who you are as a band, or even defines what kind of success you will have. The only thing that will define is the quality of what you put out there. And for me, I was talking today with Johan, for you guys, like the day we're recording this. Today I was doing an interview with Johan from Candlemass, and we were talking about, because he's being the singer, we were talking about like how important are the lyrics for you to connect with the song emotionally and stuff. So we were having this conversation on how important it is for him connecting with not his own music but other music that he listens to, connected on like a more emotional level. And if he doesn't feel that emotional connection with the song, it doesn't matter how good the song is, you just doesn't speak to you.
Yeah.
Because we were both talking about how Led Zeppelin is such a great band, but neither one of us is a fan of Led Zeppelin. Like, I can listen to a song here and there, but I'm not a Led Zeppelin fan. For whatever reason, I've never connected with that band on an emotional level. Neither has he. So I'm with you. I need that connection in order for me to go deeper into the band. Song wise, musically, it's a great track. I really love the guitar sound on this track. I love the fact that the symphonic elements are not necessarily overpowering the song. You still feel the drums, you still hear the guitars. He has a good voice, and he showed his range there. So I think there's a lot of positives here. But I honestly
Also,
think that you're right about.
the mixing was also not like the greatest in the world. I feel like there were some drop offs in quality, and I feel like there was some quality moments and some drop off quality moments where I feel
It's
like
not a consistent
yeah,
mix
it's
in
not
my
a consistent
opinion.
mix. And
I agree, but you also
I feel
but
like
this
there
is
were
it's a new band.
it's a new
like,
band, a new band. But that's why I wasn't gonna. I'm just gonna say this in a quick thing. That, and also I feel like with the parts where it would drop off, I feel like there wasn't enough background energy, like bombast, like
I was going to mention that because to me, one of the things missing in the song, in my humble opinion, is this track because of the nature that it has. Because it's a song that wants to be epic, feels like it needs to be epic, but it's not presented in an epic way. So I think this track, musically, I would not change anything. What I would have done is I would have added more choirs and backing vocals.
Yeah.
Because I think this
make
track
it sound more
really.
bombastic.
Especially the choruses, there were some vocal layers in the chorus, but not enough.
Not enough.
A
And I
track
feel
like
like
this really
I feel
needs some
like-
choirs
I
and
feel
backing
like,
vocals.
some choir backing vocals, even some like symphonic elements, just like violin, whatever you want to put in the background. Something that when you go to the chorus, I need that elevating. I need
Exactly.
to feel like
So that it's
I
not
need to
just-
feel like that I was here and now I'm here, right? For that chorus.
But the whole song, I felt like the track, if it had more in key moments, specifically in the chorus, more backing vocals, more choirs, it would have become bigger.
become that.
Sound wise, you don't have to change much,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just changing that on a vocal standpoint, you would really change the dynamics of the song and it would improve the song as well.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. All right, guys, give us your opinion in the comment section. Dying to hear what you guys have to say about this band. Once again, Avangarth with Freedom Sons. I'm going to put some information on the band on the description of the video. You guys can go check them out. Give them a like if you will. And we'll see you all at the next video.
See ya.